to a special Astro Lab Brewing Excursion episode of
Brutal Battle. We have said we were going to get down to Silver Spring, and we finally got down to Silver Spring. So, first place we hit was Astro Lab, and I don't remember if we talked about it in one of our episodes for a DC brewery, like Right Proper or Blue Jacket, but we tried to go to Astro Lab that same day, but their taps were down. So we were pretty disappointed. We did meet Emma Whalen while we were there, who's one of the co-founders, and she was extremely nice. She let us in to buy, like, to-go beer, and we just brought home, like, we're not tasting it on this one because we found something we liked even more when we finally went there and were able to, enjoy some stuff on tap. So, do you just want to get into the beer and then talk about it? All right. So they don't do a lot of sours. I think they only had one sour on tap while we were there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But based off of what we're tasting in this, please do more sours, Astro Lab. So this is their Summer Jam. It's a blackberry and peach American sour ale, and it is 7% alcohol. 16-ounce can, as most places do. And we had it while we were there. Got a 4-pack to go.
Got one of the last ones.
Oh, yeah.
Running low.
I think they said when I got it that they had like 15 4-packs left or something in this one. And I was like, oh, man, I'm so glad that I grabbed it then. Well, I mean, we weren't going to be down there soon anyway, so. Anyway, what's it looking like?
It's a really pretty, like, peachy color.
Yeah, I mean, it's got peach in it. It's got a little bit of, like, a pinkiness.
Pink peach.
Which I'm assuming is from the blackberry influence in there. It's got a little bit of head sticking around on top. Very fine bubbles. Mm-hmm. Very fine bubbles. It's just this nice kind of, like, soft head on the top that just conveys to you visually a creaminess. So, yeah. Let me see. Do they have any... They say you have, like, lactose or anything in there? Doesn't say anything. So I'm assuming not, but anyway, smells like?
So peachy.
Yeah, it's a lot of peach. It smells a little vanilla-y, though, too, doesn't it?
Smells creamy. It smells tart.
Yeah, it's weird because it doesn't say there's vanilla, but it kind of smells a little vanilla-y, creamy. Yeah, and like a lot of peach. It definitely smells like a very, like, nice, slightly tart smoothie for the most part. Do you pick out the blackberry?
I mean, I can get a berry. Like, I know there's something other than peach in there.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's a berry. I wouldn't be able to suss out blackberry, though.
Yeah, it definitely comes off to me as, like, this is primarily peach. Yeah. And then there's something else in there that's kind of like, there's something other, like, another fruit. Not quite sure what it is.
It almost smells like strawberry.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. It smells really good, though.
Yeah.
And I remember really enjoying it, so.
Very fruity.
I'm going in. It was really smooth. It's really creamy and smooth. I love the mouthfeel on this. And it's not like one of those sour beers where it's just like so much puree it turns into like a literal smoothie, like just sludge that you're drinking. It's got a nice creaminess with like more of a viscosity from the fruit. But this is like sours done right, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, because you can tell you're drinking a beer still.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't taste like 7%, I'll say that. It tastes probably more in like the 6, 5.5 range.
Yeah.
A lot of peach.
A lot of peach.
A lot of peach. There's that naked Cheerio on the end that you love. I'm not tasting vanilla.
No.
I was smelling a vanilla. I'm not tasting a vanilla. Can't necessarily get blackberry out of this. It is primarily peach like it is on the nose. But again, like in the nose, there's something else.
Right.
Kind of like there's some other fruit in there.
Yeah. For me, it's strawberry.
It's like a medium to strong tartness.
Yeah.
Not quite crossing into like the sour category, but like medium strong tartness.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree with that.
Which that's where I like it. I think this is a really excellent beer. I really enjoy this one. This was by far our favorite one we had while we were there. Actually, I think this is probably our favorite Astro Lab we've had, period. Mm-hmm. But we've only had 10 Astro Lab beers to date. Oh, and if you listen to our recent beer event episode, we talked about when we tried some Astro Lab beers at one of the beer events. So we tried 3 there. Those were all good. And then we went to Astro Lab and tried... I'm just going to go over that now while we're on it, and then we can talk about the actual place. We obviously had the Summer Jam. We had their Electric Sheep, which was a hazy IPA done with Strata and Citra hops. That one was decent. We were all right with it. We had their Busy Bees, which is a honey beer. And that is...
It's a honey IPA.
Yeah, honey IPA. Done with Pink Boots DC and the National Honey Board.
Yeah.
For us, it was a bit too sweet.
Yeah.
It was too heavy on the honey.
It was probably my least favorite, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I really wanted to like it, but
Yeah.
I just didn't really care for it.
Yeah, same here. I wanted more hop character to it to make it like more IPA. It just tasted very sweet honey driven. Then we had their Star Taker, which we definitely enjoyed. That one was an American IPA with Citra and Mosaic hops. That was really tasty. Then we had their Eisbachwell, which was their Fest beer. And we really enjoyed this one as well. It's just like their Oktoberfest that was conditioned on oak.
Yeah, I like that one.
Really nice Fest lager. And then we also enjoyed their Holdefels, which was a German-style Helles lager.
Yeah.
With Hallertau Mittelfrüh T45. So yeah, had a good experience, had good beers, and I need to give a big shout out to their beer tenders, Hanuk and Belize. They were like the nicest, most helpful beer tenders I think we've ever experienced. Mm-hmm. Like, we felt so welcome there. We felt
taken care of.
That's a great way to put it. Taken care of. Like, when you go to a lot of these breweries, like, the beer tenders are nice.
Yeah.
They're knowledgeable. They're good to you. They get you the beer. But, like, Hanuk and Belize just, like, took extra steps. And they didn't know who we were, either. Like, they didn't know we were from a podcast, because typically when we go, we don't say anything. And we didn't. So, they were just nice to everyone. Like,
yeah, they poured our beers, and I was waiting. You were getting water to take outside, so I was waiting for you to come back. I was standing by the beers so we could take them outside, because there were too many for me to carry. And she was like, "Oh, do you want some help?" I'm like, "Well, I'm sitting outside." She's like, "That's okay. I can carry them outside for you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's so nice."
Yeah, and then Hanuk was like, when I went up to, get a 4-pack to go and close out our tab, he was like asking me, "Well, what did you have? What did you like?" And like cared, like really cared about it. And he also said that I don't know if Belize is as well, but he said he's an educator. And this is actually just like a second job that he has. And he says it's really just because I love Astro Lab's beer.
Yeah.
So I want to like work here. I'm like, that's awesome. And they were both really knowledgeable, and they could tell you, what they think you would like in a beer if you kind of tell them what you typically like. So yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah,
like,
it was a good experience.
It was, like I said, like you go to other breweries and you're like, oh, that was a really cool conversation. They were really nice. But with them, it was just like extra. And you're just like, this is like, I feel very welcome here, like beyond welcome. And it makes us want to go back.
Yeah.
And they have a pretty like normal brewery looking space for the most part.
Out of the ordinary. Outside seating, they had a couple picnic tables out front, and then they have a couple on their side. Mm-hmm. Dogs are allowed only on the patio. Which
I like that, because if you get a dog that starts barking indoors...
just echoes.
Yeah, it really hurts my ears in particular. I know it hurts a lot of other people's ears. And it's just more appropriate to have the dogs outside, honestly, because people could be allergic, and then people who are allergic can be inside away from...
Now, they did have food. We did not order food, so we can't speak to how good their food is. But they had, like...
Pies?
Like Scottish pies?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds interesting. Like, I want to go back.
Yeah, I'd
eventually. Go back. And I do feel like I want to try their pies while we're there.
So they have street parking, but there's also some parking garages nearby. So that's what we did. We parked in a parking garage and walked maybe 2 blocks. 2 to 3.
Yeah, like 2. I think it was about 2. But yeah, I mean, nice place. Obviously super nice people. Good beers. really kind of like laid back, normal brewery type vibe.
They're very heavy on the IPAs.
Yeah.
So I would say not like a ton of variety. Like they didn't have anything dark, which I was kind of surprised because it's getting into, stout season.
Yeah.
I just saw on their social media they just canned one though.
Okay.
So
yeah, so they had, obviously they had this one sour, they had that Fest beer, and they had the Hellas lager. And I think other than that, it may have been all hoppy stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
So yeah, for us, typically that's not like what we ideally want, but that's also kind of like what the market wants, though. Is like a lot of hoppy stuff.
Hoppy Pilsner that you had at the
Oktoberfest,
which was really
I did
good.
really, that was awesome. That was really awesome. So
I kind of wanted to get that again, but I'm like, no, don't try.
Right? Yeah. Like anytime we go, we're just like, don't retry the stuff you already tried. Like expand what we've had, and like I said, we've only had 10 beers from them at this point. We definitely want to have more, so we'll be doing that. I know they're distributed close to where we are too, so we can pick up some of their stuff at our local liquor stores. And I think we shall do that. But yeah, that's all I'd say about Astro Lab. Liked it, would go back, love it. Again, thank you so much, Anouk and Belize. You guys were amazing. Yeah, that's about it. Should we go over the socials and all that stuff? So you can email us at brutalbattlepodcast@gmail.com for whatever reason. Please rate us and review us through whatever podcatcher you use to listen. iTunes helps us the most, and also word of mouth helps a lot. So tell people about the podcast. On Untapped, I am Carlton Malibu, all one word, as it sounds.
I am Ruby Reb 62.
And Instagram?
Brutal Battle Podcast.
And if you want back episodes, and you also want pictures with that to see what beers we're tasting on each of those episodes, you can go to brutalbattle.com. Or if you just want back episodes without the pictures, you can go to archive.org and just search Brutal Battle, because that's where our file hosting is. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for taking your time to check this out. We have another episode coming up with a Silver Spring Brewery, and that one is a lot of fun as well. So, until next time.
Keep it brutal.